The Labour Party and the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, has told the Presidential Election Petition Court that due to Inec's refusal to provide them with the documents they asked for, thereby frustrating their efforts, that they can no longer go on with their case. In their statement, they told the Presidential Court that they have done everything humanly possible, but it seems that their efforts is being frustrated by Inec's conduct. Inec has refused to provide documents we asked for. Obi and the Labour Party petitioners in the petition marked CA/PEPC/03/2023 challenging the election of the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu into office. This statement is coming few days after the Labour Party has told Obi to step down his case at the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal, noting that he, Obi, is not showing any seriousness. The Lamidi Apapa faction of the Labour Party has asked the presidential candidate of the party, Peter Obi, to step down his case at the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal. The faction said the call became necessary following the event that happened in the tribunal, where the court stepped down hearing the petition filed by Obi and the Labour Party against the election of the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Addressing journalists in Abuja on Friday, factional National Publicity Secretary of the party, Abayomi, Secretary of the party, maintained that Obi has not been able to provide any concrete evidence to back these claims since PEPT began sitting, which is the Presidential Election Petition Court began sitting. He further alleged that Obi went to court to challenge the victory of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu because he, Obi, and his co-travelers had different intentions against the wishes of the Nigerian masses who freely offered their support to the Labour Party. He stated, "We have followed with keen interest the shameful developments and approach by the so-called legal team assembled by Peter Obi challenging the outcome of the February 25th presidential election by the Independent National Electoral Commission (Inec), and we have, like many Nigerians, come to the conclusion that Obi is not only taking Nigerians for a ride, but would continue to waste the hard-earned resources donated by Nigerians for this purpose to even enrich himself the more." Obi attempts to cage the sense of thinking of Nigerians by trickingly obtaining money from them to fund the court processes, making them believe that there is something for him at the end of the day that must stop now. The Labour Party is hereby telling Obi to step down and to discontinue the Election Petition Tribunal. All of you here who have been following this case can recall that the day we had an altercation in court with Obi'S group, Inec announced that Peter Obi could not pay for certified true copy of Form EC08 and other documents to be for the elections. That now compelled them to only present 30% of the materials they would need for the hearing at the Election Petition Tribunal. How would any right-thinking person go to an election tribunal with only 30% of your documents, where not all of them would be accepted or agreed to be tendered by all other political parties 3 days ago. They said 2 of their councillors were sick, and yesterday they could not even bring or file a single process with the R of SAN with Obi. This is what we have been saying, that they are just trying to hoodwink the public, deceiving the obedience and giving them false hope that they have something at the tribunal. It's evident from the attitude displayed by them when they wrote a letter to Inec that Obi could not pay 1.5 million naira. Who are they deceiving? Councillors were sick, just 2 out of how many of them, and they stalled the court process when time is already against our party. Yesterday, the court had to give them a stand down of 10 minutes to file their processes. They came back and they could not do anything. You heard what the court told them. They are wasting the time of the court, and they are not serious. That is why we have consistently maintained that Obi is not serious. He came into the party with nothing. He did not fund the election. He did not fund the party. He did not do anything for the party. He only came to mess up the entire process and to deceive Nigerians that he has something to offer them. We should recall, also, speaking on fuel subsidy removal, Arabambi knocked the Nigerian Labour Congress and the Trade Union Congress for rejecting the new pump price. He insisted that the position of the Labour Party on the removal of fuel subsidy during the campaign has not changed. We cannot revise the position because it was not our candidate that won the presidential election. Obi said subsidy was an organized crime